Welcome back, fellow gamers. So about a year ago, I made a video talking about the announcement of the NES Classic. Well, fast forward to today, and Nintendo dropped another bombshell. An unexpected one, though. I think when we saw the NES, we were expecting this to come by down the pipe sometime soon. The SNES Classic, so the Super Nintendo Classic, was announced today, and it includes 21 games. But the big difference between the SNES and the NES Classic, regardless of the released games, is that the Super Nintendo Classic will include an unreleased game, Star Fox 2. So this was a game that was created but just never released. Well, finally, we're going to be able to play this game. I'm really excited for it. To get that missing game that was never released is phenomenal. But it's not even the best game that I'm most excited about. So we'll run through the list here. And honestly, I cannot believe the games that are coming out. So out of the games, we have Contra 3, The Aliens War. I cannot wait to play Contra. I love Contra. And then there's Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country was such a great game, such a classic. That awesome music that would play in the background through all your levels. You'd go to the underwater level. You'd ride a swordfish. It was such a fun game to play. Then there's Earthbound. There's Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, and then The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past is, in my opinion, the best Zelda game ever made. Now, yes, the Nintendo 64 release is, both Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. They're considered classics, but in my mind, the game, if I had to choose one game to play over and over out of that franchise, it would be A Link to the Past. There's just something magical about the game. Mega Man X, Mega Man X is another one of those games that I love. I think for me, it's also one of my favorites out of the whole Mega Man series. I mean, Mega Man 2 does have a special place in my heart as well, but Mega Man X was, I think, the perfect Mega Man game. And to have those two games back to back like that is phenomenal. I'm like, as I'm going down the list, I'm like, okay, just these two titles are pretty good. Maybe throw in Super Mario, and I'll be buying it for sure. But let's go and continue on that list. Secret of Mana, which was actually a really solid game. I'll be honest, I didn't play it as much as I should have, so I'm looking forward to really diving into this game, as an adult. And then we have Star Fox. Star Fox 2, as I mentioned. Star Fox in itself, I'm hyped for. The fact that there's going to be a second Star Fox is ridiculous. I cannot wait to dive in. Oh, and maybe you want a fighting game in there? Well, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Hyper fighting is in. Again, I'm not going to say Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper is the best, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. I would say Street Fighter 4 is probably the better one. I had a lot of fun on Street Fighter 4, but Street Fighter 2 Turbo, it was one of the games that I played constantly growing up. This is right in my wheelhouse. All these games are right in my wheelhouse, and I am, again, excited for this game. It's a common theme in my list right now. But it doesn't stop there. We have Super Castlevania 4, great game. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, another great game. Honestly, I didn't play it that much, but anytime I did play it, I had fun. Can't complain. Then we get Super Mario Kart. Are you kidding me? Super Mario Kart? I remember when I owned, the Super Nintendo and we had Super Mario Kart, somebody had mentioned that you can play 4 players, so I went out and bought the 4-player adapter. And I'm a kid. I didn't have any money at this point. I saved a bunch of money from doing people's lawns and just scrounging for money where I could. I tried selling a lot of my hockey cards. I bought the 4-player adapter, and it didn't work. The game wasn't suited for it, and I was so bummed out. But it was so much fun to play Super Mario Kart. Rainbow Road, that Rainbow Road was ridiculous. I'm definitely going to be playing that a lot. But we're not done with Super Mario. We also have Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Are you kidding me that they included this? This is, it's not Final Fantasy VII, but it's a fun game. Super Mario RPG, ridiculous. I love this game through and through. I never owned the game. I rented it like I kept renting it until I beat the game. Probably ended up spending more money renting it than if I would have bought it. And then I wanted to play it again when I was younger, so I tried trading one of my brother's friends a bunch of my stuff for it. He said okay. I got to play with some of it. He sold some of my stuff and then said, "Oh no, he wanted it back." And I don't remember why. Like there's this big argument where I had to give him the stuff back. I had to give him the game back. He gave me like whatever was left, and I was essentially screwed. So I paid him for like renting the game. I got halfway through, and I have not played it since. And I'll be honest, I've been craving to play it ever since. So I am so excited to be able to play this game again. I said I was excited pretty much 5 or 6 times to play these games. This one tops the list of the games I'm most excited to play. I cannot wait. And of course, the Super Mario World. That you were going to... Come on, there's no way they were going to be releasing this console without Super Mario World. Like, there's just no way. And then Super Metroid. Super Metroid, again, like, what more can be said about this game? It's an awesome game. I love it. Super Punch-Out. I never played Super Punch-Out. I played Punch-Out. I love Punch-Out. So I'm going to be sinking my teeth into Super Punch-Out. Definitely. And then finally we have Yoshi's Island. Oh, Yoshi's Island is phenomenal. Phenomenal game. It was one of those games that was really... It was a weird stage because I was getting older. It wasn't really in... I felt like even when I was playing, I'm like, oh, this isn't really for me. This is for younger people. But I still had a great time playing it. And I wouldn't pass up on that game. Now, you might be saying, okay, well, this is really cool. You're just giving us a list of games. When is it going to be releasing and for how much? Well, it's going to be releasing the end of September. I believe it's September 29th. And it's going to be $80 American. So, pre-orders don't seem to be up. I checked Amazon. I want to pre-order this because I was not able to acquire the NES Classic. Just availability issues. Hopefully, they've addressed that. And obviously, yeah, they discontinued the NES. I hope that they're going to give people a chance to buy this console. I don't like the way Nintendo does their limited releases. Nintendo, please stop. We want to play your games. Especially the old ones. The old ones is gold. Like, I cannot wait for the SNES Classic. I hope I can get my hands on one. I really hope I do. Those are the details. Let me know what game you're most excited for. I want to know what game you think should have made it on but didn't. Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, if you'd like to check out some of my other videos, you can do that right there. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can do that right there. It not only helps the channel out, but it lets you know when we upload new content. I'd like to thank you for making me a part of your day. And until next time, good gaming.